Pendande and Timpson awkwardly jump center. And Florida State begins with a basketball. Tania Latson on the attack and missed her first shot back in Miami. Here comes the ACC Player of the Week, Jasmyne Roberts, coast to coast.
And you see exactly what we just talked about, pushing the pace, getting out in transition. She just adds that extra element to the Miami starting look.
We scripted the opener, right? Talking about Latson and Roberts. They take the first shots for their teams. Latson's scoring has gone down over the past month or so as the three ball won't go for Howard. Haley Cavinder's scoring has gone down the last few weeks as well. Miami hoping to get Haley going again tonight.
Part of that is because she's playing more of a point guard position with Jasmyne Roberts in the starting lineup, facilitating a bit more.
Destiny Harden, no stranger to the rivalry. Here's Haley Cavinder's first shot. Battle for the board continues as Bajetti wrestles Pendande to the ground. Jump ball arrows to Miami.
Well, in that first meeting back in December, Miami dominated the offensive glass 18-7. And right now you see that off the bat, the aggression. And Florida State, that's got to be something, right? It's just fine bodies.
Seminoles haven't played in a week in their last game. They out-rebounded Wake Forest plus 19. Their best rebounding differential of the season. Entry pass was deflected and stolen. Here comes Sarah Bajetti. She's super fun to watch, although she's been struggling offensively lately after just a sizzling stretch through the middle of January. Coach Brooke Wyckoff not concerned about Bajetti's offense lately, saying she sets the tone for us defensively. Latson no good from the corner. Pendande the rebound. Jalea Williams, the sophomore. Heck of a battle inside. Timpson and Pendande, the double comes. Pendande, too strong, and then too strong off the glass as well. Latson traveled. Well, Brooke Wyckoff, if you can believe it, never faced Miami as a player under Sue Semrau, but she's 19-9 against Miami since joining the Florida State staff as an assistant. She's 1-2 as the head coach against Katie Meyer. Seminoles have started 0 for 3. Destiny Harden stays cool from the outside. Nearly an offensive rebound, but Williams was out of bounds. Year 18 for Katie Meyer.
We absolutely love that both of these head coaches understand what this matchup is, right? They played a really tough one, but every year, I mean, these players get it too. These schools, not a whole lot of love between them.
And it got chippy at times, especially in the second half in December when they faced in Tallahassee. No good for Bajetti. Kane's doing a good job on the glass so far. Jalea Williams finds some space. Pendande had her hand on the rebound. It'll stay with Miami.
Well, they're doing a great job on the glass, Evan, but I got to say defensively, Miami has great intensity right now. Florida State comes in averaging over 83 points per game. And for Katie Meyer talking to her, she said, right, they're going to have to play some great defense. I don't know if you can expect your team to score like that, but you can certainly defend with grit on your home court.
Harden can't connect, and again it will go back to Miami. The teams are a combined 1 for 10, but of the 9 rebounds so far, 8 of them have gone to Miami, either them possessing the ball or them getting it on the deflection out of bounds. Haley Cavinder. Both teams chilly, but Miami hustling, creating extra possessions. Pendande, power dribble, missed it. Gets it back, missed it again. Unbelievable. What is this, the 5th chance of the trip? Jalea Williams puts it in at the buzzer.
Missed a couple layups, but make that one, right? Jalea Williams, who's so great downhill, steps out and hits that shot with the shot clock expiring. Pendande's getting some really nice looks around the rim, Evan, but you can tell she's really pumped up, right? She's playing the physical game, lots of contact, and that's when you got to be quick, don't hurry type of finish.
Miami's got 7 offensive rebounds in the first 3.5 minutes of the game. Canes are 2 for 10. Florida State's 0 for 4. Massengill, rebounded by Cavinder. There's a skip to the Canes step right now. And that ball just slipping through Pendande's grasp for the 3rd Miami turnover. Let's look at the keys to the game for tonight, brought to you by your local Ford dealer.
Well, the first one, Florida State win the boards. It's been an early adverse for them in terms of that column, that they've got to get possession. They're 15-0 when they out-rebound opponents. And a strong shot profile for Miami. Quick, ill-advised shots are basically live ball turnovers, and Florida State really wants to run. You see them struggling a little bit in half-court defense, a tough defense for Miami. So if you're Florida State, you want to get rebounds or you want to get steals/turnovers and get downhill the other way, and they're having a really hard time finding looks against Miami's zone to start.
Pendande picks up the foul before any shot. It's been a long time since I've seen a first 4 minutes of a game where one team got 12 rebounds and the other had 1.
Well, and not really converting too much on them, right, on the offensive ones. And that's where if you're Florida State, you're shaking your head and kind of going, all right, let's smarten up a little.
Pagetti to the corner for Massengill, and the Seminoles are on the board.
And that's a great composed look, touch the paint, kick out shot.
Rebounding dominance, and yet it's a 1-point game. Another offensive rebound for Miami. Pagetti knocks it away. Inside to Spearman, just off the bench. And into the scorebook for the Canes.
There's that patience around the rim. You see how she kind of held the ball for a quick second while she found that window on the glass.
Spearman, 6'4", true freshman. Long, athletic, talented, from Decula, Georgia. Miami's played with pretty good defensive intensity so far. Inside, it's Myers and Valencia, who making a little history tonight for Florida State. Will go to the free throw line. Today's her 138th game as a Seminole. And that ties Brittany Brown's school record. Valenzuela checks in. The foul was on Spearman, but talking about Myers, Brooke Wyckoff said she's just been so dedicated to Florida State, caring about her team and her teammates.
700 career rebounds coming into this one, which is, there's only 14 Noles to get up there, Seminoles to get up there, and so she's left an impact, and see her getting big inside.
1 of 2 at the line for Myers, the 5th-year Seminole. Brittany Brown currently playing overseas in Israel. Also played in Spain, an excellent Seminole. There's the asterisk, of course, on the games played, because Myers has the extra year due to the COVID opportunity. Jasmyne Roberts for 3. Her confidence is growing by the possession.
Well, listen, three-point shooting for Miami, that's very welcome. It's an area that they've struggled a bit at that time. I mean, Jasmyne Roberts sized up the defense and took a second.
Back into Myers, working on Spearman. Rebounded by Williams. Here come the Hurricanes. Cavinder, wide open. Got it!
Confidence in that shot off of transition. And Cavinder took a second again. A couple of their threes, they're just patient, confident, knocking it down.
Tanaya Latson answers, and she gets her first points of the night.
And all of a sudden, that rim's opened up a little bit after this couple of possessions here.
Latson has not made as many threes lately. Did not make a 3 in 5 of her last 8 games entering tonight. She had at least won 16 of her first 17 games of the season. Destiny Harden, no. Rebounded by Massengill. That right there matched Florida State's entire rebounding total previously. In other words, it was their second of the night. Massengill for 3. Got it! Just like that, it's a 2-point game.
Wow, Florida State hitting a couple threes now is going to open up the floor for them a little bit on the offensive end.
Roberts can't connect from the other side. And Latson with a skip to her step, crossing midcourt. Latson slithers to the rim. Cavinder has the rebound. Head up on the dribble for Williams. Jalea Williams gets the bounce. The players getting tired. This is a long stretch of uninterrupted play.
It's been some high pace here.
Latson into the corner. The Jetty going baseline, banks it in.
What a strong finish. The Jetty turned her body to get the angle.
After a somewhat slow start for both teams offensively, the sides are heating up. Used to 7 o'clock starts, a 6 o'clock start, maybe caught him off kilter. Here's Harden, nice pass. Spearman collects and scores.
Some great ball movement from both teams now as of late. It took a couple minutes, as you mentioned, but now you're seeing some high quality, especially offense.
Playing inside out, and it's Valenzuela knocking down the corner three. Neither side can miss right now. Seminoles 4 of their last 5. Miami's 5 of its last 7. After starting 2 of 11. Harden finds some space, doesn't go, and the first whistle in nearly 4 minutes will keep it with Miami. It's a foul on Tania Latson. She's like, "You're really going to do this to me in my homecoming game?"
Well, listen, it's been a three-point clinic as of late. We've got no problems. Robertson connects, and then in transition, oh, you don't want to pick Haley Cavinder up? Yeah, she's got to make you pay. You're on her home court. We'll be right back for more of this first quarter.
Those are 2 big wins last week against Clemson and Georgia Tech. Bouncing back from the speed bump at Wake Forest.
But Coach Meyer said today, she said, my team's not even playing particularly well, but just really hard.
Oh, my.
Look at that cut.
Defensive breakdown there, and it's an easy 2 for Roberts.
And if your team plays hard, you can sacrifice the well a little bit. At some points, you got to start hitting shots. Look at the Makayla Timpson just shot the lane up and got possession of the ball. And really, you got to see Florida State leadership really corral and fix up those little things.
Well, right now, Roberts is the only starter in the game for Miami. Hannah Cavinder, Kyla Oldacre, Carla Eryavets, and Lachey Dwyer, who had a career game against the Seminoles in December. Erin Howard for 3.
And you see how quickly they can get into their shots. Really high-powered offense.
Florida State has 5 threes in the quarter. 5 for 9. Miami unable to answer, but another offensive rebound courtesy of Florida State's inability to control it.
Well, if you're Florida State, at least it's dead ball situation and not scramble a kick out 3 off an offensive rebound.
Eryavets, Oldacre blocked inside by Timpson. Howard made one last possession, was looking for it again. The shot clock is off. Brooke Wyckoff holding a finger in the air, saying 1 shot. Seminoles 5 of their last 6 after starting 1 of 7. Howard keeps it rolling, and Florida State has its first lead as the first quarter concludes.
Oh, a little error there from Jasmyne Roberts. Stunt stay, didn't play in the gap, and Florida State's going to make you pay. really good offensively, haven't played, but look at the ball screen, and then see number 4 dig in there. That's a ball side shooter, and so you have to make a decision. It comes from the screen and roll look. You put a defender on the island. I'm liking the 6 for 10 in that first quarter from long range. You can see, I mean, a little bit late on the closeout, or Miami choosing to pack the paint and not getting out on shooters and being present for the contest. And it'll be interesting to see if they make an adjustment. Right now, Hurricanes coming out in a man-to-man look.
Seminoles in their last 3 games had not made more than 5 threes in any of the games. So, of course, they have 6 threes in the quarter to start the night. Inside, they can do that, too. Makayla Timpson, her first points.
Well, she had a pretty quiet first quarter, probably because her teammates were hitting threes, but if she gets going, that's going to be tough for Miami.
No good for Harden. Oldacre's putback won't go. Another chance this trip. Offensive rebounds are going to slowly kill the Seminoles if they don't clean that up. Seven to shoot. Dwyer fouled. Aaron Howard got a lot of ball. I think Howard's teammate got some arm, and they call it on Latson, and that's Tania Latson's second personal foul.
Well, that's a big call. You take the leading scorer in the conference, get her to pick up a couple early fouls, and you got to feel pretty good about that if you're Miami. But Lachey Dwyer about to take these free throws here at a career night against Florida State earlier on December 21st. 23 points off the bench, 7 for 11 from the field, 8 for 9 from the free throw line. You see why. She is so quick and explosive. And Katie Meyer talks about her just being a tremendous spark off the bench. And a lot of that's just because of her twitch. I mean, she can outrun and outbounce almost anybody on the court. You see her getting to the rim on that possession.
She embraces the chaos, and Miami went small after falling behind in that game. Became a Dwyer type of day. Howard looking for Timpson inside. Instead attacks Harden on the dribble. Omaria Gordon with a left hand around and out. Area vets the rebound. Haley Cavinder, nifty dribble. Finds Destiny Harden. Back to Cavinder, who fakes it, takes it. Everything but the bucket, and another out-of-bounds rebound. Last touch by Florida State.
It's everything but the finish. I mean, Haley Cavinder got herself in great position on the runner. A couple feet from the rim.
Harden off the catch. Oldacre. It's getting comical at this point, the amount of offensive rebounds. 13 offensive rebounds in the game's first 12 minutes. And yet they only have 8 second chance points.
And I was my 3-point game. So.
And they're down by 3.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling. Dwyer deflected it and then committed the foul. And Gordon will go to the line for 2.
Lachey Dwyer frustrated, but she definitely got underneath Gordon. Couldn't control herself enough to stop her body. For Florida State, I mean, even though Miami's had so many more field goal attempts with all those offensive rebounding, they're not converting on them as well, and Florida State's just 3-point shooting has gotten so hot late in that first quarter. Kind of those analytics, right? Threes versus 2s. I mean, it's not rocket science.
Omaria Gordon at the line, the sophomore from Bradenton. Knocks down a pair. Matches the largest lead for Florida State. Despite all the second chance opportunities, Miami shooting less than 30% from the field. Lachey Dwyer will go back to the free throw line, creating some contact on the drive.
And when she gets space on the floor, you see how she can size up any defender, a little hesitation and a quick cross to create the lane.
Foul was on Taylor O'Brien, the grad transfer from Bucknell. Dwyer back to the stripe. Sophomore from Amy Audibert territory in Toronto.
Yeah, there's a couple of those around, you know. She got all the speed, though. I didn't get any of that. We did not drink the same water.
You got the size.
Yeah, I got that.
Continuing the Toronto to Coral Gables pipeline. Are there any Torontonians here at Miami before you?
Oh, yes, there was a couple. You have to listen when Miami calls.
Different climate, much nicer. Two more for Sarah Bajetti. Haley Cavinder defended pretty well by Gordon. It's Roberts. And a defensive rebound for Timpson. Bajetti, nifty dribble and finish off the glass.
Well, Evan, you said earlier, Sarah Bajetti hasn't been shooting great as of late. You know how you get yourself back in rhythm? Layups, getting to the rim, attacking hard. This is a senior grad student, really experienced, so she understands that.
Dwyer attacks, misses this time. Rebound, Florida State, Taylor O'Brien. All of a sudden, it's feeling like danger time for Miami. Despite all the rebounds, the Seminoles are pouring it on. Bajetti from downtown. And Florida State has a double-digit lead after an early 8-point deficit.
Sarah Bajetti, often tasked with guarding the best player, can score. I mean, she gets into the lane with a tough finish, but then look at this. You got to give her a step and respect what she did. That's the right read, hit the shot, little swag walking off the court too. And moving, but you just get to kind of reset, breathe, and then have that team bonding event. For Brooke Wyckoff, talking to her, just the timing of that opportunity to rest and kind of come together before you get into these really tight games, late season, postseason. Great. Florida State has put themselves in a great position here.
Great defense. Myers swats the runner from Hardin. Seminoles like a freight train right now. Myers maintains the momentum.
Okay, she was watching Bam with the little elbow turnaround. That was a nice shot, nice fluid motion.
Bam Adebayo, a cool 38 last night for the Heat in their win over the Pacers. Important basket for Haley Cavinder, her second three of the half. Critical one to stop the bleeding, a 9-0 Florida State run before that shot. Bajetti too strong off the glass. Pendande quickly to Cavinder, and here come the Canes the other way. Haley back out for Williams. Williams had her pocket picked. How many good guards has Bajetti done that to this year?
Well, Miami's got to really toughen up on the defensive end, and then they're converting. And Cavinder, look at that's just the right read. And I know sometimes it's frustrating when you do all the right things and your shots don't fall, but it's all about the mental, and they keep shooting.
Well, Haley Cavinder, only 5 points per game her last three. She was out early, more than 2 hours before tip. She was shooting around, wearing her Candace Parker shoes with the Pat Summitt mantra, left foot, right foot, breathe, which is the ethos that Pat Summitt used attacking Alzheimer's.
Oh, yeah. When you want to talk about toughness and mental toughness, you got to go Pat Summitt. And really, when you talk about possession by possession, one thing at a time, and as a player, sometimes it's so easy to think the big picture when really just staying locked in on the moment. And Haley Cavinder is such a big part of what the Miami Hurricanes want to do in this season, and a lot rests on her shoulders. And that's not always scoring the ball, facilitator, and excellent leadership. But it doesn't feel good when your shot's not falling and you're doing all the right things. She's hit a couple, and that's got to feel good for her tonight.
Both Cavinder sisters wearing those Candace Parker shoes. No good from three. Roberts that time. Bajetti speeding to the bucket. That's going to be an offensive foul. Yep. Number 4 running all over number 4, and Roberts takes the charge on Bajetti. Sarah's first.
here's Jasmyne Roberts, and this is what's going to be required for Miami. If you take quick shots, they don't go in deep. You know the Seminoles are running. I mean, this is the way they want to play, and so sometimes you have to just get your feet set and say, ouch, but it's worth it.
If you get the call, it doesn't hurt quite as much.
No, absolutely. You look at your bench and everyone's fired up, and really it's a stop. And Miami, listen, they've come out shooting well in that first quarter, but they expected to keep this game in the mud a little low scoring.
Hannah and Haley out there together for the first time tonight. Haley kicks it for Harden. Destiny finally dials deep. She's been really struggling out there. 2 for 30 over her last 9 games. But that's a big bucket, cutting it back to 7. O'Brien hangs in the air and answers. Impressive hang time from Taylor O'Brien. Haley Cavinder from the wing, no good. Rebound Myers. Wide open in the corner. Omaria Gordon.
A little smile back at the Miami bench, too. Omaria is a player who all ACC freshman team last year and now is coming off the bench. And you have to really respect and appreciate someone embracing that role and still coming in and really going hard and making an impact. And the luxury, by the way, Latson gets in foul trouble, no problem. We've got experience.
What a shooting half for both teams. That's the 3rd 3 for Haley Cavinder. Miami's got 5 triples. Florida State's got 8. Myers, well defended by Pendande, and the loose ball finds Haley Cavinder. It's a wacky pace and feeling to this game. Miami from the corner, air ball. Offensive rebound, where have you seen that before? Harden traveled. Another second chance opportunity where the Canes can't cash in.
Yeah, when we talk about the shot profile for Miami, it's finding the good ones, and you get that, zipping that ball around, and look at that. That's a great back cut from Harden, reading the penetration from Cavinder, and hanging out with the target hands. Ready, catch and shoot, let's go. She gets the matchup, right? Hitting those shots in the big moments. We've seen Destiny Harden hit a couple big shots in big moments, and we know March is a fun time for her, so hope she warms up for her team.
Lead back up to 11. Timpson with her second field goal. By the way, Florida State started this game. Certainly didn't feel like they were going to threaten half 100 in this first half, but that's why they're the highest scoring team in the league. Destiny Harden, a little bit of a heat check there from the outside, even though she'd only made 1 previously. Jasmyne Massengill has just been such a stabilizing presence for this offense throughout the season. Been in so many big games throughout her career. Hand check foul called there on Roberts. It'll be her first. I think Jasmyne Massengill had the game-winning assist the last time the South Carolina Gamecocks lost a college basketball game last year in the SEC championship against Kentucky.
And you love that she's been able to come in for the Seminoles and just provide immediate leadership. That's not easy to do, right? When you're a new face, but people listen to you, your teammates respect you because of your presence. She wants to facilitate more than anything. She doesn't, probably not a primary scorer, and you really appreciate that.
Body's tumbling down. Meanwhile, Roberts just dribbles past him mercilessly. 4 on 5 right now. The Canes without Oldacre. And there was no rebound presence that time for Miami after the miss. Valenzuela back for Massengill. By the way, do you think the Gamecocks winning streak will continue through Super Bowl Sunday when they take on LSU in Columbia?
I think so right now. They're fired up with that UConn game.
Timpson inside, 2 more. Only 2 undefeated teams remaining in women's basketball meet Sunday afternoon in Columbia, South Carolina for a Super Sunday SEC showdown. That pass too tall. Came into the first row over Haley Cavinder's arms.
See, a minute, 2 seconds left before half, Evan, and this is, you feel a little bit sticky in terms of the territory for Miami. That's a dead ball turnover, so it's much better than live ball, but you got to come up with some stops here. Florida State's been able to extend their lead.
To the free throw line, Massengill too strong, but we're staying here. Roberts might have just picked up her second foul. She did. 2 on Roberts. Meanwhile, coming up at the half, we'll look around the ACC. 6 other games to discuss, including the Yellow Jackets and the Tigers. Tom Wormy and Tabitha Turner are getting set at Little John Coliseum for the call there. Corner 3 off the side of the backboard. But an offensive rebound. Florida State gets one for a change, and Oldacre says no. Dangerous pass, finds Harden, spinning to the cup and scores. We have seen our fair share of shot making in this first half, Amy Audibert.
I'm not mad. I love defensive battles, but it's been an exciting first half of offense. I'll give you that.
Miami has out-rebounded Florida State 26-13, and yet the Seminoles have an 11-point lead and the ball as the final seconds tick away. Gordon, no, and the putback would not have counted from Valenzuela, and that will end the first half. Brooke Wyckoff's team had a sluggish start. They were down 12-4, and then the floodgates opened. 8 first-half threes for Florida State. On the road here at the Watsco Center, the Seminoles looking to sweep the season series and further strengthen their top 4 status in the league. It's a 44-33 Florida State lead.
Top 20. It's the most outstanding player in the country. She's the only freshman on that list. I mean, the season she's having is incredible for Florida State.
Latson, born in Miami. Daughter of a military family, spent her childhood in Missouri and Hawaii and Atlanta. Went to American Heritage down the stretch, and then matriculating to Tallahassee, where she has had a historic season. Hurricanes turn it over on their first possession of the second half, and here comes Latson. The jetty to the corner for Howard, who gets a little closer and airballs it. Harden emerges with a basketball. Williams didn't have the numbers, but scores anyway.
Well, that's a great opening series for Miami. 3 rebounders on the defensive end, smothering inside, and we're able to get down and run the other way.
6 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists for Jalea Williams. Howard can't connect from 3. Haley Cavinder's quietly got 4 rebounds tonight from the guard spot. Back to Williams, 2 more. And just like that, Miami's within 7. Bajetti will take it. Harden the rebound. Noles 0 for 3 to start the second half. Haley Cavinder. That would have been a gigantic shot.
Yeah, for Florida State, I mean, find some really solid offense. Bajetti to the rim, not bad, but
what a pace. Cavinder lays it in. 6 straight for Miami out of the halftime gate. Timeout, Florida State.
Well, that's a great timeout because I think Florida State's got to find some quality offense, right? Miami's picking up cookies off the glass and going down the other end.
5-point game. Second half for the sophomore from Pompano Beach.
Yeah, when you look at Florida State and the streaky shooting, they start this game 1 for 7 and then go 15 to 20 from the field in between. And since then, 0 for 8. And so see if they can work that ball around and run some sets.
Latson had the 1 and the 1 for 7. She's rejected by Pendande. Completely engulfed by the big Spaniard. Williams. Brooke Wyckoff was frustrated over something there defensively. Not sure exactly what. Might be that. Roberts knocking down the 3. 9 straight for Miami to begin the second half. Wow. Massengill answers.
That's just a sigh of relief for Florida State to find a way to put some points on the board here in the second half as Miami's really pushed back into this game.
9th 3 of the night for Florida State. Roberts blocked by Massengill. Latson kicks it. Massengill to the corner for Bajetti. Baseline fouled by Pendande. Number 2 on Lola.
Well, Pendande trying to be a great rim protector. This time she got Latson, right? I thought Latson opened up, and that led to the three-point shot. Jasmyne Roberts right in front of your own bench, by the way. That's always fun to do. This time down the court, Sarah Bajetti, though, she was a little bit more smart. She didn't open up as much, and Pendande came right down on top of her.
One of 2 for Bajetti. She's got 11. Sanaya Latson, the league's leading scorer, still with just 3 points tonight. Williams for Harden. And fouled. They're going to give her 2 free throws? Believe so. First on to Aaron Howard. And a couple free throws for Destiny Harden, who shot 18 free throw attempts a couple weeks ago against Boston College here at the Watsco Center.
In that first meeting back in December up in Tallahassee, she had 20 points and 5 rebounds, 3 steals, 5 turnovers, but went 4 for 8 from the free throw line.
What is it like for a player like Destiny Harden, and you've been a senior at Miami before, coming down the stretch mid-February with a sense of desperation and urgency, knowing that it's your last go?
Yeah, I think it's more of you just want to play hard. Like you just want to compete hard. You want to lay it out on the court, especially in this type of game against Florida State. Look at the shell defense from Miami.
Latson looking for some daylight, can't find any. Williams for Cavinder. Pretty good transition defense from the Seminoles.
And all of a sudden, are you saying we have a defensive battle? We went from an offensive clinic to
I'm not saying that.
Shell, and then the stopping in transition.
Destiny Harden. Rebound for Bajetti. Latson passed up the shot. Bajetti will take it. Rebound tipped by Timpson. Bajetti back to KK for 2.
Sarah Bajetti, you see the experience. She's a veteran, so you can tell just the way that she's pushing and grabbing offensive rebounds. Made a great pass right now. I thought she was a huge part of Florida State's push back into this game early.
Beautifully done, 1 dribble 3. Haley Cavinder's got 14 to lead all scorers. Midway through the third, after it was an 11-point game at the half, 50-47. Timpson, 2 more. Makayla Timpson into double figures for the 22nd time in 26 games this year for FSU. Roberts, confident take.
Well, gets to the paint, and then you see how quickly she can get 2 feet down and the ball into her pocket. Even with defense on her, it's a timing thing. She gets it off.
Oh, and I think Roberts thought she was fouled. No whistle and an easy layup. Massengill now into double figures with 11. Williams, clothesline, hard landing. Free throws for Miami when we come back.
Well, Miami's putting some points on the board early in this second half. Haley Cavinder with the little step back, let it fire, and then how about Jasmyne Roberts get to the paint, rise and fire. We got ourselves a game, Evan. Much bigger. And I've just been following his career. I think he's phenomenal. And by the way, no pressure for these women right now playing in front of him, because two-time coach of the year over in LA now. I mean, what an awesome moment. And you look, here's the thing, I love that shot, because guess what? Coaches never have their coaching hat off. They don't get to watch games like anybody else. I guarantee he's evaluating a little bit right now.
Coach, former ACC Player of the Year, Alyssa Thomas with his son, also former Miami Post, Beatrice Monpremier. They're going to count that basket for Sanaya Latson, I think. Karen
Julia Williams is asking on the floor, but she's so quick. Watch, see what happens here. Well, I thought it was a real soft call, first of all, and I could see why you're asking for the call on the ground. But the last thing you want is Latson to get comfortable on the offensive end.
Still not clear. No one's totally sure whether it's a shooting foul or was it a foul on the ground. And did the basket count?
I didn't see.
If the basket counted, which currently it has, it can't be Florida State ball underneath. This is bonkers right now, and Katie Meyer has a right to be perturbed. It was a very early foul. If anything, if they're going to give it to Florida State underneath, then the shot shouldn't count, right? I don't know if we can see it one more time.
Well, and I mean, so Julia Williams maybe gets her on the hip with her hand a little. It doesn't displace her at all. That's a clean shot.
But the thing is, so did they call the foul on Dwyer?
Okay, they called her
on the roller to the hoop. So they're saying the shot was in the air when the foul happened, and it's on Dwyer. So the foul isn't on the shooter. Latson was going to the line thinking she had an and one. They're going to give Latson the bucket and say that the foul happened on Miami with a shot in the air, and now this is Florida State ball, which is weird. And now it's a 4-point trip for Latson.
Yeah, 4-point possession, and you get the leading scorer in the conference with 2 jumpers and feeling good. Now, listen, I understand Miami was upset with the way it went, but she can't be that wide open on an inbounds play.
What confused me the most was that Prado made the and one signal. And then it was unclear, was she making an and one or was she pointing to the baseline anyway?
Yeah, that's it, right? You don't have time. This is a good, tight game.
Jalea Williams short. Offensive rebound number 15 for Miami. And yet they trail by 7.
I like this, though. I like Jalea Williams calming down for a second, seeing if you can find a good shot.
Clock's at 6. Roberts.
There you go.
Three minutes left in the third. Huge game tonight. Miami and Florida State both have daunting road tests on Sunday. Latson. Long rebound for Dwyer. 2-on-1. Dwyer to Williams. Free throws. Florida State will be in Blacksburg to face Virginia Tech. Hokies 9-4, currently in that 4th spot. And Miami heading to Duke.
You know what this is called? You put destiny in your own hands. I mean, I hate to say it, but when the standings are this tight and you look, everyone's got 5 or 6 left. I mean, you can control your games right now, because the worst thing is when you're in late postseason and you're watching other games. If you can show up and compete in the tough ones and take care of business where you're supposed to. And that's exciting. And for a conference, that's what you should want, right? That's healthy, that's compete, that's fan engagement, that's player and coach just the entire time just feeling like, hey, you can put a push on and clinch it, that double bye or whatnot in the tournament.
Greensboro is going to be something.
Oh my gosh.
That quarterfinal Friday with the top 8 in this league. They're like 4 Sweet 16 caliber games. Inside, Myers will shoot 2 for FSU.
Lachey Dwyer's down. I think she got some contact. She tried to rotate over, but Myers with the great toughness inside, right? The physical. Sometimes when you're big and the guards get under you, that can feel a little flustering, but you see her there taking her momentum and trying to go for the tough finish.
Got to admire Dwyer. I mean, she knew she was in the restricted area. She was trying to, you know,
change the shot.
Do the straight up big man defense. And she's 5'6" compared to the 6'3" Valencia Myers.
But Katie Meyer taking that opportunity to look at the officials as well.
Hopefully Shea's all right.
Well, for Miami, listen, this is a player that can push pace, but she's going to go, it looks like she's going to go right back down the tunnel and in the back. I'm not sure if there's a little bit of blood there. You credit Myers. That's what you're supposed to do as a big. You catch the ball inside, you see the glass, and you finish strong. You expect to go up through contact all the time. So I appreciate that.
Haley Cavinder back in. More of a shooter than Dwyer. Hannah gave Miami 12 points in the win over Georgia Tech on Sunday. Hurricanes could use a little burst from Hannah. Myers 1 for 2. 5-point game here at Miami. Evan Lepler with Amy Audibert, the first of 2 games on our networks tonight, with Georgia Tech and Clemson to follow. Roberts slithers, able to maintain possession despite the deflection from Myers, and Roberts has 16 points. Strength from Jazz Roberts on display, and the answer, Omaria Gordon, another fellow sophomore.
Seen a lot of guard penetration, getting into their spots and finishing nice.
The mid-range.
Yeah. Who says that that's a lost game? Get out of here.
Roberts defended well by Massengill. It's a roaming Williams to the corner. Haley Cavinder. And Myers able to hang on to that pivot foot, securing the rebound. Danielle Atson on the attack, standing her ground. Kyla Oldacre the steal. Haley Cavinder gives it to her sister, Haley. 3!
Well, you always believe the next one's going in, right? The shooters just have to lock into that one, kind of like the shoes. It's just the next one. Can't tell me that's not fun playing out there with your sister, too.
Hannah to Haley to bring Miami within 2. Haley's got 5 threes and 17 points tonight. And the twin sisters from Fresno State via Arizona certainly have a chemistry out there, don't they? They were on campus yesterday trying to compel fans to come today. The Miami students who are attending today's game have a chance to enter a raffle to win a PS5 or an Xbox as the 3-point play opportunity converted by Valencia Myers. That's how Katie Meyer wanted to create a little engagement. She buys the electronics, and if she buys them, the fans will come.
This is nice right here. Look at that tough finish inside. You're seeing Myers really start to get tough, play with this attitude in the second half that you really have to be. Toughness around the rim, and that's a strong finish.
First foul on Oldacre. Seminoles have now missed 5 of their 11 free throws. Miami's 9 of 10 from the line, and Ariavets was fouled by O'Brien for no particular reason.
Well, Carla Ariavets was starting for Miami. This is where Jasmyne Roberts kind of made the shift, but it's given Ariavets the opportunity to come in that second wave and play with a lot of younger post players, especially. And you see her really inserting like her leadership, her decision making on the offense. Even that, drawing a foul with attacking the top of the defense.
Ariavets had it poked away and stolen. Latson slows it down. Shot clock's off. Seminoles will look for the final basket of the quarter, and Florida State, barring a jump ball here, will begin the fourth quarter with possession. A chance for a football-esque double score. Latson, incredible athleticism to find an angle and put Florida State up by 6.
Oh, that was nice. I mean, the finish, because she got some body. But wow, Latson, and you love Florida State, gives the ball to the leading scorer in the conference. Look at the way that she absorbs the contact, but gets the ball into the right pocket. You can't block that. Could have got a whistle, too. So they've gotten 3 really high-powered players, and if you're Florida State, you're going, yeah, but we're still up 6 points.
Reminiscent of the first quarter, too. Florida State started slow. Seminoles were one of their first 8 in the third quarter, and then 8 of their last 9 as they start the fourth. And Latson and the Seminoles deliver the double score. Latson shot at the end of the third, followed by Timpson's fadeaway to start the fourth. And that 4-point trip virtually doubles the lead.
Well, that's a tough shot. That was good defense, but leading the conference in field goal percentage at 60% is Timpson. She's a great player.
Valenzuela fouled Hardin. 2 more free throws coming for Miami. The Canes 9 of 10 at the line. It is jarring to see the rebounds 37-19, and then you realize that the team that has a plus 18 rebounding edge is down by 8.
Yeah, little second chance opportunities. They've got 10, but on 15 offensive rebounds. Yeah. So that's part of it, right? Just not converting. I mean, you're always proud of your team when they have that kind of grit on the glass. Either way, really, I mean, Florida State is the leading rebounding team in the conference at 45 a game.
1 of 2 at the line for Hardin. Stolen away by Cavinder. Hannah dishes, and Williams lays it in. No points tonight for Hannah Cavinder, but she's got 4 assists in 13 minutes and has certainly given Miami a spark off the bench. Tanaya Latson, rebounded by Haley, and she's looking to run. Haley Cavinder all by herself, missed it. Rebound tipped out. Hardin to Haley for 3.
Second chance opportunity. That's something that Brooke Wyckoff talked about in the shoot-around, right? She said it's the kick-out threes, it's the 3-pointers on the second chance that devastate you a little bit, because you hear that, Evan? I mean, there's no better way to get the home crowd involved in those.
Haley Cavinder's got 20, and Pendande fouls Timpson.
Well, here's Hannah Cavinder, first of all, stepping up in the lane, the aggressive, and then look at the little wraparound pass to Jalea Williams, who used her speed in the open court again, but this was off the second chance. Look at, she evacuated with those target hands up, ready to shoot, and that's when you know a shooter is confident, when they've got their hands up, like, give me the ball, it's going in.
1 for her last 10 in the 3 games before tonight. She's 6 for 9 from beyond the arc. 2-point game, 2 minutes into the 4th. There's a great intensity and edge, as you'd expect with Florida State and Miami. Deep 3 wouldn't go for Bajetti. And who's the foul on? If it's on Pendande, it's number 4, and it is.
Well, you credit Florida State for crashing the glass. That's frustrating for Miami. They forced up a tough, deep shot from Bajetti. And
they actually gave it to Haley Cavinder. That's my mistake. Hannah Cavinder, excuse me. 2 on Hannah. Valenzuela. Rebounded by Gordon. And finally, Miami clears it with Hannah Cavinder. Haley could have taken the heat check. Instead, sets up Hannah to run the possession. Back to Haley. It's a great possession for the Twins to show off some of their telekinetic powers, isn't it? But the Florida State defense up to the task. The arrow will keep it with Miami, but just 4.5 in the shot clock. Meanwhile, Katie Meyer is furious. She thought her team was fouled.
Well, the defense was smothering, and you know what, Evan? I thought the intention for Miami was good to move the ball, but I thought it stuck a little too much, right? The defense was able to really recover and rotate just a step behind on the offensive end. And listen, this is going to be a really physical 7 minutes and 11 seconds. I can guarantee you that.
Not too much time for Miami. Harden gets it off, and it goes!
And the kiss back, too, like, I got you guys, don't you worry. Wow, there she is.
8-0 run for Miami to start the 4th and tying the game at 67. Seminoles got the first 2 of the period, and Miami has scored 8 straight. Omaria Gordon, no, yes!
Oh yeah, she got the roll on that, and you can see the lift. I mean, her ability to get up and elevate.
That is a shooter's touch right there. 9 points off the bench for Omaria Gordon. Knocking on double figures. Hadn't done that in a couple months. Hannah's open. Too strong. Bajetti racing past defenders, and free throws coming for Bajetti.
Well, you've seen paint. You've seen threes. How about a little bit of hang time? Watch the turnaround jumper with not a lot of time on the clock. But wow, she hung in the air and found a window. But then Gordon also, from the free throw line, was able to elevate and get the roll. Oh, Sarah Bajetti, by the way, on that last possession, taking on, what, 3 jerseys in transition, 3 Miami players. But you love her just... She's so aggressive from her shoulders up. She's got this element of toughness and drive and determination to get to the basket every time. And again, I'm going to say it again, Florida State started offensively really slow in this game. I thought it was Sarah Bajetti that changed the flow for her team.
Oh my, she missed them both. Seminoles are now just 6 of 13 from the line.
Well, she's one of their better free throw shooters.
78% for the season.
Number 6 in the conference.
Miami again looking to tie or take the lead. Williams blocked by Timpson. Big time rejection for the ACC's leader in that department. Massengill to Latson. 3!
Oh, what a couple of possessions for Florida State. The monster block and then the big shot. This is how you get it done on the road.
12 points for Latson. Defense from Bajetti, and it's a push foul on Bajetti. She thought she had the steal, but she took out Haley Cavinder, and Brooke Wyckoff is screaming, and she just got teed up.
understand her frustration. I didn't think there was a lot there to call that foul. I thought it was a good play on the ball from both teams. Just when your team is on both ends executing and got something going, I mean, gets the tip on the ball, and then, I don't know, I mean, she kind of had the inside position. I don't, that's a tough call. And
officials now conferring. Most interesting thing is it wasn't Preciado that made the call, and it wasn't Preciado that Wyckoff was screaming at, but it was the veteran official Preciado that came from the other baseline to tee her up.
Yeah, but go back to the call. I mean, like, you know, she tipped the ball. It's kind of a loose ball at that point, and I thought she made a great hustle. And again, she's inside position, so you got to think, if that's like on the rebounding, if you're the inside position, I don't think that's a foul on either player. I thought that was a scramble on the ball and not even a whole lot of contact. But this is when you look at your team a little bit, and they got to get their coaches back, right, through the way that you play.
Well, it wouldn't be a Florida State-Miami game without a tee or two. It was interesting. Karen Preciado, a veteran, experienced official. She came all the way from the far left baseline toward midcourt to tee up Wyckoff. Cavinder gets 2 free points. 22 now for Haley.
Florida State's a really good basketball team, and guess what? I'm sure they want to have a deep postseason run. Can you respond to adversity? And can you do it away from your home? These are a couple big moments for this program.
5 minutes to go. Each team has 3 timeouts left. Each team at 3 fouls in the quarter in a 3-point game. Harden steps inside the arc. Little fadeaway. Rebound tipped. Roberts has it to Williams. Roaming the baseline to the free throw line. To the corner for the tie. Good!
What a brilliant possession for Miami. Moving that ball around. Patience with the rock, and they find the corner shooter.
It's the 10th 3 of the night for Miami, matching Florida State. Roberts that time tied the game, and now Seminoles will have free throws to take the lead after we take a timeout and catch our breath. Miami had an early 8-point lead. Florida State's led by as many as 13. But these two rivals are dead even.
Oh, look at that, the extra pass. And the big shot in front of your home bench. Evan, this is Florida State and Miami. Everybody in the place knows what these games are made of. Let's go.
Brooke Wyckoff told us earlier today the biggest thing for her in the jump from her freshman year to her sophomore year was just understanding what she's capable of.
Yeah, that's it.
She didn't realize how good she could be.
Getting on the ACC all-freshman team and not realizing how good you can be, right? Imagine that when you think of potential. I get excited when I see a young player like that because she's got the size and the skill, the work ethic.
Florida State, #1 in the ACC in free throw percentage, both in the regular season overall and in conference play, but not tonight. 1 of 2 that time. 7 of 15 for the game. A 1-point Florida State lead. Haley Cavinder had one of her best nights as a Hurricane. Missed the runner. But Jetty the other way. Massengill slows it up. Latson has it.
What a smart decision. That's your veteran player, Massengill, who probably had momentum, but she's not selfish with the ball. She wants to facilitate and get a good shot, and they get it right to Latson's hands with 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Tanaya finds some space. Missed the shot. Battle for the board, won by Pendande. And a reach-in foul will be the 4th team foul of the quarter on Florida State. Their last foul to give on Erin Howard, her 2nd personal. In terms of foul trouble, Pendande has 4. She's in the game, though, for Miami.
Hasn't scored the ball, only taken 3 attempts, but really 7 rebounds and 8 now, and that's been her big role. It's impacted the game quite a bit for Miami.
Timeout, Miami. I believe it was called by Coach Meyer from the Hurricane bench. Another chance to take a deep breath. 3:11 to go. We very well might see 6 timeouts called in this 3-minute, 11-second stretch. Big turning point in the game presented by Coyote Tractor. Miami has found the outside shot.
Yeah, Evan, right now, Miami leading the offensive glass 17-4 in terms of boards, but 16-2 in terms of points. And it was the kick-out threes that Brooke Wyckoff was a little bit concerned about before this game because she knew that they were going to get after it with the physicality on the glass, but it's converting from long range. Those are devastating because you play through a shot clock on the defensive end. You exhaust yourself, you give up a second chance, and then it turns into 3 points. If you're Miami, I mean, that's just a way that you just continue to stay fired up and in the game here.
Where the Hurricanes going out of the timeout. Williams is trying to set up Cavinder off the curl screen. Wasn't there. Well defended by Florida State. Loose ball, foul on Miami. Linda Miles made the call right next to Katie Meyer. It is going on Haley Cavinder. It's just her first.
Well, we're going to get a look at the scramble. I got to tell you, maybe I'm a little too old school, but I'm like, let them play a little bit. You know, this is an intense game, hustling on the ground. And I thought 2 players were just going after the ball for possession. I know you're kind of laughing right now at me, but, you know, I think it's they're evened up because I didn't think the one against Bajetti was good, and I didn't think that one was great either.
Not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the call.
Okay. All right. Because, you know, I'm like, the last thing you want to ever encourage is like the hustle to be taken down a notch. These players work really hard for these moments.
Seminoles by 1 with possession. Oh, nice pass. Howard to Timpson. In and out. Rebound Pendande, her 9th of the night. Miami has not led since it was 18-15. That was a while ago. Williams, fortunate that Harden got the deflection. 5 to shoot here for Miami. Down by 1. Haley Cavinder for the lead off the glass.
And Jasmyne Harden twisted that screen. That was an incredible read from both players there. And I got to say it. The bank is open on a Thursday night. Had to.
Under 2 minutes. Massengill's pass deflected. Loose ball again. Miami has the hustle play. Hurricanes trailed by as many as 13. They now lead by 2. 95 seconds to play. The 68th chapter between Miami and Florida State and women's hoops has delivered. Offensive foul called against Miami. I think it was an elbow thrown into Bajetti's chops.
Well, first let's look at this shot. You want to talk about a 2-woman game, right? Look at the composure, right? The ball gets tipped and deflected. Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jasmyne Harden sets the screen on the right side, twists it back the other way, and Cavinder finds a little window to get that shot off. I thought that was just so high level. When you talk about the chemistry of a team and just making these reads with seconds left on the shot clock, that's it right there. That's 2 players playing off of each other. But then now here's a big foul. Again, that was off a ball screen from Harden. Cavinder got to the rim, but I think it was actually on the rebound. It looked like maybe it was on the rebound, the call. Couldn't see exactly what happened there.
Well, obviously, Pendande's playing with 4. I don't think they called it on Pendande. The initial call, well, hasn't been reported yet. Yeah, well, yeah, that's Pendande into the face of Bajetti.
And they're probably looking at a rebounding foul.
So this is likely going to foul Pendande out of the game. And it could very well, if they rule it unnecessary and excessive contact, be ruled a flagrant and give Florida State 2 free throws and possession.
And Mark Resch just come over and said those usually could also be an official, Evan. Excessive and unnecessary, that's what they're looking at. Those are the exact words. So
sometimes I wish they'd let me whistle the game from here.
Really? Stop it. This is one job in the gym I would never do. It's a tough break. I think it's the right call, right?
They called it a common foul.
Common foul, tough rebounding foul.
But it's significant because Pendande's night is done.
Yeah.
No points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists in 23 minutes. Now the good thing for Miami is they have some depth at that position. Lazaria Spearman came into the game, scored 4 quick points in the first quarter, hasn't scored since.
Different type of player.
Yes.
Pendande had 9 rebounds. Spearman yet to get a rebound. That's so important in these final seconds of this game here. And so she's going to have to play really tough around the rim.
2 free throws for Bajetti. At this moment, 4 Seminoles have 12 points apiece. That remains true, and Florida State remains short 1. What a wild game this has been. Harden, tough shot. Spearman's first rebound is a stick back and the foul.
Are you kidding me? Spearman looked over at Lola and said, don't worry, I got the glass for the last minute of this game. And I'm going to finish it tough. I thought Destiny Harden made a great cut. And look at that. I mean, that's her little baseline turnaround jumper. Mistimed it a little bit, but the weak side position and then the strong finish inside. Former Miami Hurricane Jack McClinton right there supporting the women's game. You gotta love that too.
Free throw won't go, but there's a lane violation on Timpson, and Spearman will have another free throw.
Words of advice there from Haley Cavinder. Probably just calm down. 1 foot in front of the other, just breathe.
You don't see too many lane violations called in such critical moments, late games. Spearman missed it again. Rebound Bajetti. 2-on-2. Bajetti really taking it 1-on-2. It's a blocking foul. And Bajetti back to the line for FSU.
Appreciate Cavinder getting feet down, but she was well inside the circle there. And Sarah Bajetti finishing this game off the way she started, aggressive to the paint. And really smart too. Time and score, right? 3-point game, a minute left. So you've got the opportunity for multiple possessions here. So see if you can get something off this one. And how about the free throw line?
It has been a tough night at the free throw line for Sarah Bajetti. 78% on the season, 3 for 9 tonight. 4 for 10 to make it a 2-point game. 56 seconds left. Williams shadowed by Latson, over to Roberts. Destiny Harden. The heart and soul of this Miami team sets up Hannah Cavinder. Miami wanted a foul. Now Katie Myers calling for a timeout. Official not acknowledging it, and it's a blocking foul on Florida State's Bajetti. And that will be 2 free throws for Miami with 29 seconds left.
Well, Coach Meyer frustrated because, I mean, she was calling for a timeout, just feet from the official. And I don't know. I thought Sarah Bajetti actually had pretty good position there and tried to jump in front, but Coach Meyer's frustrated, saying, like, you didn't hear me?
I mean, they didn't have anything going.
Yeah.
Coach Meyer, with about 7 on the shot clock, says timeout, 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 timeout.
I mean,
Loudon here.
If you're Miami, you're thankful that that didn't go the other way and with a little bit of a clear out. But wow.
Big free throw here for Cavinder, who's got a season high 26. Aaron tossed toward her as the players trying to play a little chess on the free throw lines. Spearman was trying to jockey for position to get a little bit of a mismatch. I love this rivalry.
Who are you telling?
Cavinder got 27, and the Canes have a 4-point lead. Watsco Center is alive. Time for CPI Security protecting the paint.
Well, and it was defense to strong offense for Miami. Look at that big step up from the freshman getting down the other way. Nice little cross, and then Cavinder to Cavinder, trail 3. But starts on the defensive end, and,
yep.
I don't know if Miami was expecting to score 79 points in this game, but they thought it was going to have to come from the defensive end and really tightening it up there. But they've made some big shots late in this one.
Florida State's timeout allows them to advance the ball. They need 2 scores, barring a 4-point play in the final 29 seconds. Timpson right to the basket, pass Spearman for 2.
That was the right look. Get to the rim.
And a quick foul. It's going to send Haley Cavinder back to the free throw line. Tania Latson just picked up her 3rd foul.
Well, make or miss, Florida State is ingrained to get out in transition and run and push. And so that also gives them the opportunity, whatever happens here at the free throw line, to advance the ball quickly. They can get to the rim a couple more times and foul if you have to before you have to start really trying to push 3 balls. But if they're available, of course, you got to let it fly.
Haley Cavinder closing in on 2,000 points in her career. She's got 28 tonight, most she's ever had in a Miami uniform. Her career high is 31 in a Fresno State jersey. She's now 2 shy of that, and the 2 free throws clutch to stretch the lead back to 4.
And if you're Miami, it's all about defense now. You've got the lead. You don't have to score again if they don't, Evan, but you've got to sit down and challenge everything. And I think you have to respect Tania Latson, the leading scorer in the ACC, who really hasn't consistently been able to get going tonight. But if you're Miami, I think defensively, you still got to be ready.
23.8 left. Florida State timeout allows them to advance the ball. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina remaining schedule. And look, this is a Miami team that's sitting at 15-8. They're 8-4 in the league. They're 48 in the net. Every game is critical as Coach Meyer and the Hurricanes build their tournament resume toward March.
Well, this could be win number 3 over a top 25 opponent.
Yep.
That's big time if you can take care of business.
Timpson missed it, got it back, and scores with 18.5 left. 2-point game. They'd love to foul someone other than Cavinder, and the bench didn't want the foul on Cavinder.
No, I don't
but
think
Mark Resch blew the whistle.
I gotta say, listen, when you're in those situations with pressure, the first thing you want is, if you can't get the steal, to get the ball inbounded below the free throw line and in the corner. Cavinder caught that ball exactly where the defense wanted. Now here's the big bucket and the nice finish. Second chance opportunity, and by the way, big finish from Timpson. But look, they got that right where they wanted it, and I thought they were playing the trap.
Yeah.
I understand that sometimes you're anticipating the whistle, but I don't know. I think Florida State was happy with the position they put themselves in. And Timpson right now has got to get a big board.
Haley Cavinder has matched her career high. 31 points for the senior from Gilbert, Arizona. She's 8 for 8 from the line, and she has been stone cold clutch here in the fourth.
Quite a bit. But this is your quick hit. Find a good shot, 2 or 3. See if you can find something quick.
Seminoles have 10 threes tonight, but only 2 of them in the second half. Latson looking for 3. No good. Rebound deflected. Haley Cavinder has it, and she will get more free throws with 8.8 to go. Well, Miami can taste it.
Yeah, you get the feeling here. Cavinder's. And this was the quick shot, and I like the look that Florida State was going for, the ball screen to get Latson the look, but just off of it, and Miami with the recovery, Jalea Williams.
That could have been a foul on Jalea Williams. I mean, I think both players looked a little out of control on it. And Katie Meyer kind of grabbed Williams, and there's a missed free throw, her first of the night. Do they call a lane violation again? Yes, they did. They called it on Bajetti, the trailer, for stepping inside the arc. You'd never see that.
It's been a night, Evan. It's been a night.
Unreal. Cavinder, technically, still perfect at the line.
If you're Miami, I mean, right now, look at, they're gonna get out and get back because of how Florida State is so usually in rhythm and transition and scoring quickly.
33 points for Haley Cavinder. Latson's 3 is an air ball. Stick back is good, plus the foul, which has a chance to cut it to 3 with 2.5 to go. Seminoles out of timeouts. And you need a miracle, but hey, crazier things have happened.
Timpson did her job, right? Got to the glass and finished off strong. Before Miami, I mean, you just got to be in legal guarding position and challenge everything, but now the clock stopped and Florida State the free throw line.
Timpson makes it a 3-point game into Williams, and she's fouled, but 1.6 seconds ticked off the clock. Williams and Gordon are having some good-natured trash talk. The official kind of came in, and they're like, no, she's my homie. We're good. Wow. Now, Florida State's out of timeouts. If both these free throws did not go in, then Florida State would need a full court heave with 9/10 of a second left. But Jalea Williams could basically erase all doubt here. Yep, that will do it. And what a night for Haley Cavinder, coming from the Mountain West Conference to the ACC, experiencing this rivalry and dropping 33 points on the Seminoles. 86-82 is the final as Miami comes from 13 down to take down Florida State.
And how about that third win over a top 25 team? And the first 2 came in consecutive weeks. They can enjoy this one, but then they go to Cameron. I mean, this is a big win for Miami, huge win for Miami.